Welcome back, Stargazers. Whilst I'm still trialing different forms of content, I thought it might be fun to react to the Disney Dreamlight Valley 2024 showcase, because if you know me from Twitch, I stream every Dreamlight Valley update. We go over all the story stuff on stream, and then I'll play in my own time off stream. I obviously love Disney. Specifically, Tangled is a hyperfixation of mine and my #1 comfort movie. So let's see what they have to offer us. I'm so excited already. The teaser got me so excited. Oh, I'm very excited to have Sally. Look how magical and whimsical. So pretty. Oh. Hades. Mushrooms. I love the dragons. Oh no, I love my foxes, but I might have to swap now.
Hey Valley Villagers, welcome to the Disney Dreamlight Valley 2024 Showcase stream. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're both so excited to give you a behind the magic look at what's coming next for the game.
So what do we have in store for you today? We're thrilled to introduce some of the
I feel
amazing
like
folks on the team.
my theory
reflect
is-
on this incredible past year of free.
I'm gonna pause this and play, so I'm sorry if this gets really annoying. My theory is the DLC will come sometime before Christmas, because it makes sense for the holiday season, and also because it was, I think, around December 5th, 6th? It was the very start of December last year that we got the last DLC, so that just makes sense to me. Yeah,
free updates.
I don't know.
And the Disney Dreamlight Valley, a Rift in Time expansion pass. We'll also look ahead at some of the exciting developments
so
on the horizon.
And make sure to tune in for the full stream as well. It'll
They
be
always
bursting with
announce
surprise reveals
a
and
lot of
exclusive teasers that you won't want to miss.
Unexpected but pleasant
Kicking things
surprises
off,
in these things.
We're starting this celebration by reflecting on one of the best
I hope
parts
I'm
of
not
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
loud and you don't want me talking over them.
Our community.
And thank you for joining us today and
Everyone
living
in the
magically with
community is
us
so
and
lovely.
alongside some of your favorite Disney and
Everyone
Pixar
I've
characters.
met through Dreamlight
Let's
Valley
dive
has
into
been
how
so
you've
very
shaped this
sweet.
journey with the inclusion of community-driven features,
And this is
some
such a
arriving a lot
nice
sooner than you
little
might expect.
addition to this.
At this point, there isn't a corner of my own valley that isn't inspired in part by our fans' designs. But
People
what I
create
love is
such
seeing their reactions to
incredible
each update,
designs.
exploring and relating to the stories that each new character brings.
I
And just like last year,
those
we've
stories
brought
tied
along
into
some
each
clips
character
that
for
show
sure.
off our past year of updates, just as we see it through the community's eyes.
I mean, we know what happens last year, but still, it's nice to go back over it. Thank you for trick-or-treating with us.
Halte Jack
which
Skellington,
still going on.
willkommen! Okay, hat's geklappt, wunderbar.
Well, you see, I'm the
I
president of the Oogie
I'm
Boogie
so
fan
glad we have
club.
to know. He's so lanky, it's kind of fun watching him. Laughing with us. Monster Link? Yeah. It's weird to think how many characters we've got just this past year. I think in my mind they all kind of merged together. Meaning old friends with us.
Look how cute she
Daisy.
looks.
I love having Daisy here. Also,
Look at
that
her.
bow from her I wear all the time. Saving a realm with us.
Wow.
We obviously have Mulan.
Nobody
The
said
little
that I have
villager
to break
quest
up
line
with
with
hands.
Mushu, so fun. Can't memories with us? I think we have a Twilight coming, just to forewarn you. She matches so
We're gonna
well.
make.
They're all so
Oh
pretty.
my gosh!
I love Kiana's Palace. They've done it so beautifully. Turning back time with us. I love the DLC so much. I mean, obviously, Rapunzel was in it. It was gonna be
We're like
probably my
changing it
favorite
from the
DLC.
past to the present.
Unless
Oh my
they
god.
put Eugene in this one. It will probably always be my favorite DLC because it's Rapunzel.
Oswald!
Hi, Tony.
Look at us flying!
Oh, that was such a fun scene. Hello. Thank you for living magically with us. Well, life is that bit more magical. Playing Dreamlight Valley.
Before we get any further, I think we have a code 2319.
A code 23.
So I guess this would be the first of the codes that you can redeem. If you don't know
That's
where it
the
is,
first
it's in the
redemption
settings
code
tab.
we have
There's
to
like a
share
little
with everyone
box.
watching the stream. Add some celebratory style to your avatar by redeeming the code
Oh, dear.
on screen for a pair of Dreamlight thigh-high
Chat
socks
wrangling.
and Dreamlight crew socks to wear in-game.
She's
Use
going to
these
jump
steps
so
to
much.
redeem the code and be sure to tune into the full stream for additional code reveals.
Yes. Okay.
Since this time last year, we've
Alright.
introduced 2 new realms, 13 new characters, and dozens of exciting
Got her.
furniture and wardrobe items across 6 free updates, and the Disney Dreamlight Valley, a Rift in Time expansion pass. As always, if you have a
I
suggestion
am
or
so
feedback for
open
the
to
game,
DLC for this
don't
game
hesitate
because
to
they
let us
add
know
so
on one of our
much,
social media accounts or
and
by joining our
It was
official
just such an
Discord server.
enjoyable experience.
Up next,
So
we've
I'm
got
really
another
close
community
to
manager, Courtney,
hoping
and our game
we get another
manager,
DLC
Guillaume,
announcement
to give
today.
you all the deets on our
I assume we
upcoming free
will.
update and
'Cause it
maybe
seemed
some
like
of
there
those
was one
aforementioned
teased.
quality of life improvements that you can expect
More
coming to
quality of
your
life.
valleys very soon.
They are so considerate when it comes to the quality of life stuff in this game. This is something I really noticed is how responsive they are to community feedback. I love you, Animal Crossing. I love you dearly, but New Horizons was abandoned so early on and is lacking so much. So it means a lot to see the Dreamlight Valley team take feedback on board and then improve the game. So
Thanks for joining me today to take a deep dive into the next free content
Yes,
update
Twilight, you
coming to
agree?
the Valley.
Hello.
I love free content
Thanks for having
updates.
us.
So last year around this time, we revealed Jack Skellington and the Pumpkin King Returns update. As you likely guessed from our
I
last roadmap,
appreciate
Sally
that they've
from
kind
Disney
of
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before
lined it up
Christmas
nicely,
will join him,
so we're getting her
bringing her
next year.
signature patchwork style to the Valley as part
Also,
of the So Delightful
How cute she
update.
is.
After hunting for dolls and experimenting
I
on night shards with
appreciate
Jack, what can we
how
expect from
much-
Sally's
I
adventures in
feel
the
bad
Valley?
talking over them. I appreciate how much they have managed to keep the styles of all the characters consistent while still remaining true to them. If that
Well,
makes
having
sense.
lost her way outside the Valley, players will team up with Jack to make sense of Sally's creepy crawly messengers as they craft a plan to reunite with her. Then as Sally gets comfortable in the Valley, you'll help her set up a macabre date night,
Cute.
embrace the art of quilting, and puzzle out her latest premonition, among
Okay.
other things.
So as far as
Interesting.
Sally's friendship rewards go, what can players expect?
Well, inspired by our sense of style, you can expect tons of
looking
patterns
forward to
across
seeing the
clothing
dress.
items and furniture. From street
it's so
socks to a bed featuring Sally's iconic patchwork aesthetic,
Also the
this
blue
reward
one?
just screams Sally.
Love it.
Now, it wouldn't be a Disney Dreamlight Valley update without a new star path.
What's
What can
Star
we
Path?
expect from the theme this time around?
Well,
I
this
love
winter
Star
we'll be embracing the ethereal sides of the season. You'll get to
Sounds
step into your
pretty.
own personal
Looks
fairy tale
pretty.
with ice-adorned furniture and bring a sense of whimsy to your Dreamstop submissions with a wand that produces snowflakes.
Well,
I
there's
love
never
things with
been a
little
better
effects
time
on
to
them.
join the Valley, especially now, as I know the team's been cooking up something particularly special with this update. Isn't that right,
tell?
Guillaume?
That's right.
What?
As part of the So Delightful update, we're introducing a feature called Floating Islands.
Is that those lines
These
we've been
act
able to
as
see the whole
additional
time?
spaces parallel to the valley, where players can decorate and let their creativity run free.
So you could
So could
almost
we
think
just,
of
like,
these as extensions of the current
Put the
biomes?
people we
Exactly. Each
I-
biome in the
ooh.
valley will have a floating
hope
island
for an island.
counterpart,
But then it wouldn't have
retaining the
Dakota
same
such.
theme and ambience, but it will start as a clean slate.
That's such a
We
cool
plan to roll this
idea.
out over time, and we'll kick things off with 4 floating islands in the So Delightful update. Like Biomes in the Valley,
Oh, I
they
can't
will be
wait till people
purchasable
do
with
that.
Dreamlight. And even better, each floating island will have objects limit independent from those in the valley.
That will be
making them
incredible for
perfect
console
exploring your
players
creativity and seeing
who
how
are a
far
lot
you
more
can go with
limited.
your decorating skills.
We've also
you
seen
could
how
do,
driven
like,
our
themed around
community is
different-
to connect, so it's equally important to us to ensure that this creativity could be shared. So yes, you will be able to travel to floating islands during Valley visits.
I
big are
love
these
the Valley Visit
spaces?
features,
From a
and I
scale
need to use it more.
perspective, our
I don't have
intention
anything
is
to
for
play
each
with.
of these floating islands to feel comparable in size to their valley counterparts
They look a lot
once you've
flatter.
taken out immovable features. Ultimately, the goal is to offer ample space to create without
Wow.
them feeling overwhelming. We will have
That's
more
a
to share
big
about
thing
the
to
exact
add.
size of the floating islands a little closer to launch.
They look
And
pretty
any
big.
furniture, decorations, or houses you've collected, as well as villagers you've befriended, will be totally accessible on these islands.
I don't know if
And you
they'd be
won't have
like
to
a
worry about
duplicate
tidying
or
up.
like the main version.
Instead, the focus will be on empowering you with the creativity-focused options you've come to love.
We have one more piece of big news to
Okay.
share regarding a feature update.
What else could
in
be
addition
big?
to floating islands?
Like floating islands are
Yes.
massive.
We're improving upon how players can decorate in a huge way.
Angles?
Currently, item rotation is locked to the 4 cardinal directions. We've been impressed with our community's creative drive, and it has inspired us to add even greater
Oh,
control
this
when
brings me
passing
so
items
much
by increasing
joy.
to 16 points of rotation.
And this feature won't just apply to furniture.
This is what I
You'll be
wanted
able
since
to more
day
freely
one.
rotate buildings, landscaping items, resources like flowers, and even
The
drop
clutter
items like prepared
options?
dishes. Our plan is to continue building upon this feature over time,
How are you gonna
including extending the support to fences and paths.
When will players be able to get their hands on these
Please?
features and the rest of the update?
We are excited to share that the So Delightful update will be released free for all
December
players
so
on December 4th,
similar time
2024.
to
Speaking of release date, I feel like there was one more thing you wanted to unveil.
DLC,
Looking
DLC,
ahead to
DLC.
next year, we're excited to share the free content roadmap for the first half of 2025. In the first
Okay. So obviously we have Jasmine and Aladdin. We have Cheshire. I wonder if we'll get Alice as well. I hope so. I think those two as a pair could have some really interesting quests. Also, I adore Alice and Aladdin. That feather looks an awful lot like the one on Peter Pan's hat, if we want to go with that theory still. Or it could be, I don't know. The feathers are... Solving each mission, discover who's waiting inside school. I feel like my theory for who it's been has changed so much. I don't know who I want to commit to as like, but I wanted Alice for so long. There was that time we had that glitch where all the flowers in the Frosted Heights were red, and I was like, is this a sign we're gonna get Alice? Alas, it was not. But hey, better late than never. I have a whole tea party section in my valley. I love Jasmine Aladdin.
Updates
Very
of
glad
early
we're
next
getting
year, we're
them.
excited to bring some beloved character to the valley.
Please can we
There
have
are two
Eugene
I know
though?
have been
Because
among the
this just
top
feels
in
wrong.
community requests, and it's safe to say
Like we
I'm
just
right there
have
with
one.
them.
And this is just a first look at what we have in store.
I don't like
With
what
such
they've
a
said
rich
so far
history of
about
Disney
where
and
he
Pixar
is.
stories to draw from, there are so many
There's
exciting
so many
characters
characters
yet
they
to
can
come.
do.
I've been tidying myself over by hosting tea parties in the valley.
I've been
so
doing
I
the
can't
same.
wait until we can share what the team's got in the cards for that spring update.
Look at it.
How about you, Ryan?
I'm excited to see what Secret Skull Rock might
Very
hold.
much so.
After all, I know this has been a hot topic among
Yeah.
the community, but
It's been a
most
while
importantly,
since we've
I can't
expanded
wait to see
on
what
it.
all of our players are most excited about.
Oh, I
But
don't know
with
which I
that,
could pick.
really appreciate
don't-
you both taking the time to chat
Yeah,
today.
how do I pick a favorite?
Changing gears from free content updates, I think it's about time we visited a new land of mythical proportions.
DLC information? That is such a pretty transition.
Welcome to the Storybook Vale.
I love
Lately, life here hasn't been so happily ever
Merida!
after.
That's
But
unexpected.
it wasn't always like this. Once upon a time, the Storybook Vale was a land made up of legendary stories, where myths and fairy tales sprang to life. Until one day, powerful villains stole it away and twisted it to their image.
Okay, but
But their wicked nature didn't keep them friendly for long. Their hunger for power tore the veil
that's
apart.
so cute. The little thing that flew
But
out.
all is not lost forever. Explore this magical world.
I'm still
floating
reeling
in
from the
sky.
Eugene revelation.
Discover an
I really hope we're
enchanted
calling him Eugene.
artifact.
Is that like a net?
Treasured tales that have taken on a life of their own.
Oh, they're so cute.
Unravel mythic riddles and reveal their hidden secrets. Rekindle old friendships.
Oh, is that an
and
owl?
discover long-lost fables.
This land looks so
Help
pretty.
Old friends come back together again.
Aurora?
Disney Dreamlight Valley. The Storybook Vale
Okay.
Part 1 launches November 20th.
November 20th? Not even December? Oh, you know I will be playing that
Launching
day
on
of
November
release.
20th, Part 1 of Disney Dreamlight Valley, The Storybook Vale invites players to make use of their Stardust port once again to be whisked away to the Vale. Our second expansion
That's a
pass
long
gives
wait,
players a whole new
but also
adventure
not.
full of new friends, quests, biomes, and even more surprises. Joining us now to share more on the narrative and game design of Disney Dreamlight Valley, The Storybook Vale,
I
are
wanna
some
know
familiar
everything
faces from our
about the
last
world
showcase.
and
Josh
the
and
everything.
Calixta, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy to be here.
I'm sure everyone is buzzing with
I
questions
have so
after
many
seeing that
questions.
amazing trailer.
Please,
To
please
kick
help.
things off, could you share some more insights into the direction behind creating another expansion pass?
This
Of
looks
course.
magical.
So expansion
I think I
passes
love
let
this.
us recapture the feeling that we gave players the first time they stepped into the valley.
I'm
telling
not
a
saying I
whole
might
new
love this
story
more
with
than the other
new
DLC,
villagers to meet,
because Rapunzel was in the
mysteries
other
to
one,
unravel,
but,
and
like,
biomes to make all your own.
this
They're a
one
great
looks so
way
me.
for us to deliver just a huge amount of content to
I just
players.
don't know if I'm okay to talk
Many
over
of our
them,
players
so I'm
have
trying not to
interacted
do
with the
much.
first expansion pass, Disney Dreamlight Valley: A Rift in Time, which was explored in
Yes.
3 acts.
So
Should they
this-
be looking forward to a similar rollout with this new one?
So for this expansion, we chose to do 2 parts
Oh.
with more content in each. We
Oh,
saw
I love
player
that.
feedback around the time to reach the conclusion of the story and get you far.
Okay.
And with this new format, you'll get just as much content without
I
as
think that's
long of a wait.
perfect.
But just like with our first expansion, purchasing the Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook Vale expansion
Are we-
pass
are we gonna
will
get
get you
bonuses
both
like last time?
parts as they become available.
More
'Cause
content,
the
fewer
gold
cliffhangers.
edition stuff was
Count
so
me in.
cute.
Now it's time to spill the beans. What is the exciting story this time?
So
Tell
the
me.
Storybook Vale is the place in your heart where all your most treasured stories live.
I love it
Once
already.
hung in the sky above Dreamlight Valley, but during the forgetting, 2 Disney villains stole the veil away. For a time, Maleficent from Disney's Sleeping Beauty and Hades from Disney's Hercules ruled peacefully together over its 3 unique biomes.
Every time I see
the
somebody, I just
Bind,
think of Descendants.
Ever After, and Mythopia.
So
But
pretty.
soon, a struggle for power between the mistress of all evil and the lord of the underworld
Makes
tore the
sense.
veil apart. As you can imagine, when you get those 2 egos together in a room, sparks literally fly.
Yes. And when the players arrive in the Vale, they'll find out that things aren't so happily ever after.
Well, no, I
Ink
gotta
is spilling
reunite
out of the
Rapunzel and
very ground
Eugene.
throughout the Vale, and other mysterious phenomena have
Oh, they're
begun
so
to take
lovely.
hold. You'll meet with the Lore Keeper, a talking enchanted book who holds this world together. And while she won't tell
Love
many
it.
stories in her pages, The discord between Hades and Maleficent has scattered them, so only you can put them back together
Those what
as
the
you
nets
explore
were
the
for?
Vale and get a little
Or
help
are
from
they,
new friends along
like,
the way.
memories?
Speaking of new friends, we were all treated to a glimpse of some of the villagers who will hopefully join us on our adventures and later our valleys. I'm sure I'm not the only one curious as to what you can tell
Yeah.
us about our new friends.
Tell us.
Well, I'm happy to share that part one
Okay.
of the storybook
First
Vale.
things first, please be calling him Eugene. That is the one thing I feel like they could get wrong.
Will bring with it 3 villagers for you to unlock. In the bind, you'll find Merida from Disney and Pixar's Brave. Merida is such a fun
Underrepresented,
character,
very
and
fun,
she seemed
looking
like the
forward to.
perfect new friend for the player. This fearless princess will act as your guide, helping you
I worry.
command your own fate and learn more
They
about
put
this
Pumps
new
of a Tower,
world.
they might call
And
Eugene
in Ever
fun.
After, you'll meet with Flynn Rider from Disney.
Every time! I would like to point out, for the merchandising for Tangled the series, during which he goes by Eugene the whole series, and literally corrects anyone that calls him Flynn, tells them his name is Eugene, they still call him Flynn. He's not even Flynn for the whole film. I don't know why Disney are so intent on marketing him as Flynn when it's not his name. So here's hoping maybe they will do something in the plot to address this. But I don't know. That makes me a little sad. That's the only negative I have about this whole thing. It's so magical. But Flynn Rider, really? He's not Flynn Rider. It's Eugene. Eugene
Disney
Fitzherbert.
Tangle. This swashbuckling rogue will help you uncover a world of fairy tales.
I'm
Flynn's
so
personality
excited.
is so exciting to play with.
I can
Just
imagine.
watch
And
out when
the
he pulls on his
plots, the
smolder.
quests are going to be so good.
For
And
players
also,
who
I
already
want to reunite
befriended
him.
Rapunzel in Disney Dreamlight Valley
Yes.
A Rift in Time,
Yes.
look out for a special
Yes.
opportunity to reunite
Thank
the
you.
two.
And in
I don't like
Mythopia,
how
you'll
they've
meet Hades from
talked about them
Disney's
so far.
Hercules. Hades will help you to get to the bottom of a world of myths.
Ooh.
And in my opinion, Hades is one of the funniest characters ever in a
He has a
Disney
great
movie, and he
personality
brings
to
that
play
same
with.
sense of humor to the game.
And a fun
Just
kind of
watch out as he
villainous, but
tries to
not.
make you his minion, because
Yeah.
he's not exactly the greatest boss.
Okay,
And of
note
course,
taken.
all these villagers will come with their own unique
It's an
houses
interesting
that you
mix
can
of
move to the base game
characters. I wouldn't
or
have
to a
predicted
floating
this.
island,
So
if that's where you think they work best and want them to live.
So yeah, we
I'm pretty
can
sure
move
I'm
them
gonna
to the
add
island and not
Hades
have them
to
in
my
the
floating
main
island
thing.
full of villains.
I'll
Also means if
absolutely be making
aesthetically
a
I feel like
Tangled
somehow
themed
it's gonna
floating
work.
island to house both Flynn and
I have a section of my valley which is currently themed. I have the castle, I've got like a little market street with the bunting between, and like across the river I have a snuggly duckling, and of course Rapunzel's tower. So I know where they're going. 100%.
Rapunzel. But I noticed you didn't mention anything about Maleficent.
Yeah.
While players might run into her in part
So
1,
she's gonna be
stay
like
tuned
the
for part
Jafar.
2 to solve all the mysteries
So we
of the
won't
Vale
get her
and
as a
welcome her to the
villager
Valley.
until then.
And that's not
Got it.
all. You can expect one more mysterious
Okay,
figure to
but-
join forces with players in part 2 of the
Mysterious
storybook
figure.
Vale.
I
Aside
wonder
from new
who.
friends helping us, is there anything else we can expect to aid us in piecing
I mean,
back
maybe I'm wrong
together
about
the
the
Lore
Aurora,
Keeper's
but
stories?
they did show her.
Yes, players will have their neural net to aid them.
It looks so
Why a
pretty.
net?
Well, the scatters pages from the Lore Keeper hasn't just scattered with the wind. They've come to life in the form of snippets,
Oh!
which are enchanted origami creatures that you have to capture.
I
The
love them.
snippets mostly hang out around the Vale,
Okay.
but watch out for a few special rare ones that will show up back in the Dreamlight Valley.
Can't believe how cute they are.
They're
They're
precious.
gonna be tricky to catch.
Other than looking adorable flying around the Vale, each snippet will come with their own unique way to be captured that the player will need to figure it out.
And once you
Okay.
catch them, you can restore Disney and Pixar magic to the Lore Keeper's
Yes,
pages
please.
with a
Puzzle
puzzle minigame.
minigame?
Each tale takes the form of a beautiful tapestry telling the story behind a classic Disney or Pixar
pretty.
film. And these
Oh, I'm
tapestries
so
can then serve
excited.
as beautiful pieces of decor that players can use to furnish
I
their
didn't think the
in-game
memories would get any
homes.
prettier. I want to put these in my house.
I can't wait to
100%.
see the
Also,
gallery
if I
spaces
have
our
these
players are going to
drawings.
design to showcase them. But speaking of designing, as I'm sure players are invested in where to place their
I'm
home in game,
invested
what
in
can we look
everything
forward
here.
to when exploring the different biomes in the expansion?
Yeah.
Well, after seeing the feedback from our last expansion, we've improved the flow of unlocking the areas within the biome and how a player progression in turn affect their exploration of this fantastical new world.
I'm
One
trying
of
to
our
take
main
everything
goals
in
in
as it goes
crafting
past, 'cause I don't
the
wanna pause
Vale
too much.
was to allow for easier and more inspired decorating for our decor-driving players. We've also added more
incredible.
magic with the introduction of prominent landmarks inspired by Disney and
Yes.
Pixar stories. But of course, our team delights in creating secrets for players to discover too. Throughout your journey to the
Absolutely.
Vale, you will uncover trials.
Trials.
Special quests inspired by fairy tales and myths.
I
They've
love
become Scrabble-like pages in a book, and only the player can set them right using their full breadth of real tools, old
That
and
sounds like
new.
so much
And I'm
fun.
sure our community is up for the challenge.
Definitely.
With all you've shared, it sounds like there's still many mysteries waiting for us in the Vale. Thank you so much for joining us, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we invite two members of the art team to the stage to share more on the world and artistic
Please,
design of the
show
Storybook
us more
Vale.
pretty things.
But first, use the code on screen to claim a Dreamlight Bow headband in-game.
There you go. New code. That one's really cute. I might wear that one. I love the bows. I'm a sucker for a bow.
I'm joined by art director Steven and concept artist Yanon to dig into some of the inspiration behind the Storybook Vale.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Thanks for having us.
Why don't we start with quite literally the biggest artistic endeavor of the expansion pass, the biomes. Earlier, we
They
were
look
introduced to the
gorgeous.
Bind, Mythopia, and Ever After.
I love these more.
Where did the
than
inspiration for
Griffin
these
Time one.
biomes come from?
They're
In
more
many ways, the biome was born out of our team's collective love of stories. There's
Which is a
something special and
wonderful
uniquely cozy about curling up with a good book. So the decision to lean into dark academia and the cool yet cozy ambience of an autumnal forest just made sense.
And similarly, Mythopia, as you may have guessed from the name, is inspired
it
by
is.
Greco-Roman culture and ancient myths. When you explore
this
this
will be so
biome,
fun.
you'll walk through rolling fields of golden wheat, dotted with cypress trees, magenta florals, and ancient ruins. And you may also discover subtle clues that a certain god of the underworld has also been there.
Finally,
Perhaps.
there's Ever After. We drew a ton of inspiration from Scottish and Scandinavian folklore, while sprinkling in Fey mythology. The idea was
I
to
love all
capture the
those
feeling
things.
of a dark, enchanted mushroom forest and
The
windswept
glow at
moorlands.
night.
I don't know about you, but for me, one of the most exciting aspects of digging into new biomes is seeing just how they'll translate into clothing and
Yes.
furniture items.
Can
Could
we
you share a
see
sneak
some
peek at
new
what folks can
pieces,
expect?
Maybe.
Of course, self-expression is one of the main pillars of our game, so we love the idea of taking inspiration from the new biomes into player customization.
Okay.
Maybe you want to build a cozy library where you can read for hours, or you want to dress up
I do
as
now.
a Greek god or goddess, or design
I
a
do
magical
now.
mushroom fairy forest.
I do
think
now.
that there's something for everyone here.
I can
Speaking
make
of
my tea
expression,
party
we
there.
wanted to take our commitment to aesthetic cohesion even further in the Storybook Vale. Not
Mm-hmm.
only will you find Scrooge McDuck's store
I
and
love
Share
how
Me
they
with this
fit
new
in.
world, but you'll also find their facades have been overhauled to better fit in
Share
with their
me.
biome
I've never
surroundings.
known how to pronounce
You'll
it.
also want to keep an eye out for some new additions to Scrooge McDuck's store that will be available to owners of this new
That
expansion
sounds
pass.
like a different
Knowing
bit
just how
to
much
the
care you've put into the
like
smaller
the store,
details
not
of the
just
environment, I'd love to know if there's any landmarks that
items.
stood out to you.
Yes, well, speaking of those smaller details, we loved playing with scale in Ever After. In particular, there's a waterfall feature that's inspired by the Mad Hatter's Tea Party from Disney's Alice in
I
Wonderland.
know where I'm moving my
I
tea
feel
party.
like this perfectly captures the whimsy of that biome.
Oh, it's
The giant Hades statues in Mythopia is another imposing sight in game.
Twyla.
Between that and the design of Mount Olympus, which features flames that mirror Hades himself, I feel like these players will have a blast picking out the details we worked in.
What about snippets? Where did that idea come
There
from?
were so many things in the
The
background
snippets
for
are
some time to
literal
look
pieces
at.
of escaped stories torn from a book. When we were imagining how they may have escaped, we realized we wanted the snippets to have their own personalities.
Good, I love
so
them.
the idea of origami animals or little paper creatures like a cute and fluttery bird or a silly little frog was created.
I love that. Speaking of cute little animals, are you able to
New
share anything about
critters.
the new animal companions coming this
I
expansion?
thought I saw an owl.
Absolutely. As there will be 3 biomes arriving in the expansion pass, we'll be adding a unique critter
Okay.
to each, all with their own colour variants and puzzling catching mechanics. First of these soon-to-be animal
Look
companions
how
for the players to
cute.
find will be the owls in the bind.
And as a nod to Maleficent's rule of the
Dragon,
land,
dragon,
players can
dragon,
find
dragon,
mini
dragon.
dragons in Ever After. And if that's not exciting enough, players can also find mini winged horses in Mythopia,
I might
drawing
have to swap out
inspiration
my
from
phone
Disney's
sometime,
Fantasia.
'cause, like,
That's
those
incredible.
Are all
I know I'll be
adorable.
counting down the days until I can adventure with
Oh.
the mini dragon at my side.
I love them all. Why
To
can't
wrap
we have
things up,
multiple equipped at
however,
once?
any last details on new collectibles and resources?
Oh yeah.
As you've seen, the Storybook Vale's biomes are remarkable in their own ways. And the resources you can find in each are unique as well.
I'm
One of
gonna
my
change the
favorite new
storage room.
additions are koi. They can be found in the bind along with sea wolf fish and delicious sea grapes.
How about you, Stephen? Any
Is that
favorites?
like a recipe?
I'm a big
Is
fan
that-
of the
why are we-
landscaping.
Why are we paying those
Mythopia
things?
brings poppies, buried lightning strikes, and bougainvillea.
Ooh.
And Ever After is filled with bioluminescent moss and giant flora. There's also plenty of edible plants as well, ranged from green beans to porcini to more fantastical ones like ambrosia.
Well, I can't wait to
bet
see
there'll be
how our
some really
players
fun
react to them.
recipes.
With new resources, can we also expect to be cooking up new delectable dishes?
We've got to have some fun
Definitely.
recipes,
We
right?
have dozens of new recipes arriving with the expansion pass, utilizing ingredients from both the Valley and the Vale.
Once again, thank you both so much for joining us today to dig into all the amazing art in Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook
Thank
Vale.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Now, let's take a look at how you can get your hands on the expansion pass.
Are they going to be pre-order or
For
like
those
before
of you who've
this
been
time
following along
perks?
on this magical journey and already own the base game, there are two
Yes.
ways to dive into the Storybook Vale expansion pass.
Like a Rift in Time before it, the expansion pass will include a bundle of moonstones with your purchase.
Big yay.
If you'd like to add a little extra magic, look no further than the Magical Edition,
Baby
which offers even more
Pegasus!
moonstones, a collection of librarian chic cosmetic items, and a truly adorable baby Pegasus animal
I
companion.
could justify this for
If you're
stream,
new
right?
or know a friend who would love to get into Disney Dreamlight Valley, these are great starting points. Between the Disney Dreamlight Valley base game, the Storybook Vale bundle, and the Enchanted Edition, you'll be able to choose what's right for you.
And of course,
Baby
we can't
Pegasus.
forget about
Also
those
that
of you who take the time to
dress.
dive into updates as soon as they arrive.
Yeah,
We're excited
that's
to
me.
offer a special early adopter bonus for expansion pass owners.
That's
As
so
we add new
fun.
ways to
It's
begin or expand
reminiscent
upon
of
your Disney
the
Dreamlight Valley experience,
From
we'll
Time
soon
one.
say goodbye to the Gold Edition, which comes bundled with
Makes
the base
sense.
game, our first expansion
I
pass,
recommend
a
the
Rift
Gold
in Time,
Edition. It
and
is
an assortment of cosmetic
great
items.
value for money, and also
This
comes with
edition
really
will
cute
officially
things.
leave stores on November 20th at
I'm gonna
5
put it on a
a.m.
massive
Eastern
sale at
time.
the minute.
We are kicking off our deepest sale of the Gold Edition
As they
today,
said.
so catch up on our first expansion, also on sale, while you
And
wait
there's
for the
so much
Storybook
content
Vale.
to play with there.
And there
I
you
don't
have
think
it.
you'll get it all done
From a
before
new
Storybook
expansion
Vale if you
pass
pick it up
exploring
now.
myth and the
So,
stories that connect
lots to
us
look forward to.
floating islands that will open up all sorts of creativity in the valley. We're
I never know
so
what to
glad you were
expect,
able
and
to join
somehow
us
I'm always
for
pleasantly
all the
surprised.
excitement of today's showcase.
Remember to redeem the 2 codes we shared throughout this showcase, and the third
Eugene.
and final one right here for unique Dreamlight-themed items in-game.
And stay tuned to our social channels over the coming weeks for even more details on these exciting new releases. Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook Vale expansion pass launches on November 20th, and the So Delightful update
I mean, that's
arrives
less than
on
a month,
December
actually.
4th.
So it's not
See
as
you
far
in
as
the valley.
it feels. But yeah, that was the Dreamlight Valley showcase. Let's go over here and have a chat about it. I'm just like finishing thoughts. I won't go too long because that was quite a while. I didn't think it'd be that long. Yeah, I'm so excited for obvious reasons. I'm a little sad that we split Eugene and Rapunzel between 2 DLCs, so if Tangled, much like with me, is your favorite, you're gonna need to buy both DLCs to have them together again. Sorry, Rapunzel. Which kind of sucks. And again, my only disappointment and like criticism is that they're calling him Flynn Rider instead of Eugene, because that's just not his name. Flynn Rider was a character from a book you read as a kid, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna call him Eugene. I refuse to call him Flynn. Yeah. Merida? Again, I think I'm not surprised she's been added. I'm more surprised she's been added this early compared to other princesses that are more of the classic mainstays. Obviously there was a hint maybe we get Aurora, but that we don't have like Snow White or Cinderella yet. We're getting married. It's interesting. We've got a lot of the more modern ones before some of the classics, which are like iconic Disney. I'm not complaining. I love all of them. But yeah, weird. Didn't see that one coming. I'm excited, but didn't see that one coming. I know some people will be very excited by that. What else? What else? Hades is gonna be really fun. I'm interested to see how they address the kind of Hades Maleficent dynamic. I'm looking forward to seeing those two interact. There's a lot of characters here where I'm like, I want to see how they interact with the characters we already have, and they've been really good so far at taking that into consideration with the quest lines and stuff. Those critters are precious. I've been so loyal to my little royal fox since the start of the game. I very rarely swap it out, and if I do, it's never for long, but I might have to because those are so cute. People are gonna get so creative with these new decorating tools. I hope that I will be motivated and inspired to. At the very least, I'm gonna tweak my Corona area because I have to. Getting you, yes, 100%. Oh. November 20th. If you are interested in seeing the storyline before you commit to buying it yourself, as I said, I stream on Twitch all the story quests. I will play offline in my own time and just level up characters and walk around and do stuff, but I only do the quests on stream. So if you're wanting to see before you buy, that'd be a way to do it. I will tell you, based on the previous expansion, it will probably be really good value for money. The amount of content you get in the Rift in Time DLC, I mean, for the price of the Rift in Time DLC and the base game, the base game alone has more content than Across New Horizons, and frequently, as you see, gets base game updates, including quality of life features. So it's a pretty justifiable purchase if this is the kind of genre of games you like. Obviously, I'm not saying they're necessarily similar in every way, but if you like the decorating aspect of Animal Crossing and that's something that appeals to you, and like the villager friendship aspect, and if you just really love Disney, yeah. I think specifically if you're a New Horizons fan, you will probably love Dreamlight Valley. I assume if you're watching this, you already love Dreamlight Valley, but still, maybe you're just here to support me, and I appreciate that too. Those biomes are so pretty. The roadmap is so exciting. I'm looking forward to everything they add. That's nothing new, but I'm looking forward to everything they add. With that though, I'm going to call it there, and I will see you all soon. I've got the next Life is Strange video update. What part should be going up today as well? Because I'm trying to stay on that. I know it's re-uploaded stream stuff. Sorry, I just thought you'd like to see that too. I've kept stream chat interaction to a minimum. It's a bit of pain to edit. I hope you enjoy it. And I will be picking up an Animal Crossing video soon. I know that was going to be my next thing, and then I've had all this stuff happen, and it's just kind of gotten a little thrown off. If people are interested about Dreamlight Valley content, I could start putting Dreamlight Valley stuff here too. I don't know. I don't know what people want to see. I don't know how long people want videos to be. I don't know anything. I'm learning, and my way of learning is through experimentation. So if there is any feedback you have, feel free to comment it below, and I will do my best to take it on board. Obviously, I did ask what day people wanted uploads, and the vote was Sunday, and then I've not uploaded on a Sunday yet because it's been lots of things. I'm like, oh, I should get that up ASAP. So eventually, we'll probably get less frequent uploads because 3 in a week minimum feels like a lot. It's a lot of time and energy on my part. I can't maintain this, but hopefully improve quality because I'll have more time to edit them, and I'm learning how to edit. Anyway, I'm rambling now. This is the Just Chatting section. I'm just chatting. It's okay if you've already gone, but I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever time zone it is. If you need to eat, drink, take your meds, this is your mind to do so. And I will see you in the next video, which is not this one. Bye bye bye. I appreciate you. I don't know how to wrap this up. I'm sorry the Halloween decoration is still partially up, but ah.